Say, you're always on your computer. But they don't say that when the house is clean, and they didn't even lift a finger. They say, you're too old for that. But they don't see the way I smiled for the first time in days because the Fairy Pack came out in Sims, and I still believe in magic. They say, you just got a new game. But they don't understand. This isn't about pixels, it's about peace. It's about purpose. They see one side, the quiet kid on the screen, but there's another life they don't even know exists. In my world, I wield spells with my hands and command stars to shine again. I build legacies in games because I spent too long feeling like mine didn't matter. They don't see how I talk more with strangers online than people in this house. And those strangers, they made me cry once. Not out of pain, but because they actually listened to my words, my poems, my truth. They don't see how I stayed up till midnight because it's the only time my body listens, the only time the exhaustion fades, long enough for me to clean up the rust they pretend isn't there. I start the dishwasher, wipe the island, tuck away clutter like my feelings, neatly, quietly, and unrecognized. They say, you never help. I say nothing because what's the point when they didn't even notice I mopped last night while they were asleep? I live two lives. One is the house, the rules, the constant comparison to people who don't carry the same weight I do. And not like your brother, they say, and I know. He plays baseball, I play Minecraft at 2 a.m. Because I need to build something that won't fall apart. They say, you're too sensitive. But I've been carrying silent storms since I could speak. My other life, it's magical. It's the forest where I survived 99 nights. It's the server where I wrote everyone's name just to show they matter to me. It's where I become the version of myself that isn't constantly told to change. Where I'm the one who saves the day, not the one who ruins it. Where I control the chaos instead of being swallowed by it. Where I can wear a mask and no one asks, why aren't you smiling today? And yeah, sometimes I laugh, not because everything's fine, but because laughing is easier than trying to explain why I'm tired before the sun even rises. I don't need to be fixed, I need to be heard. I don't need you to tell me what I should do. I need you to understand how much I already do, even if you don't see it. So let me play, let me build, let me dream, let me write spoken word until my voice shakes and my soul stops hiding. Let me be the gamer, the poet, the midnight cleaner, the quiet fighter you didn't see coming. Because I am all these things, not just the screen, and one day you'll realize that behind the mask was someone you never truly knew, but should have. You only see one player. One name tag, one login, one kid at the keyboard with the volume too loud and the door half shut. You don't see that I cleaned the house at midnight, while you slept like the dust didn't matter. You don't see the weight of a mop. When your energy bars are wet and your stamina resets slow, you say, you're always on your computer. But do you know that this screen is where I stopped crying long enough to create, where I stopped spiraling and started building a life, a world, a reason to wake up? You see Sims, I see survival. You see gaming, I see grounding. Fantasy isn't my escape, it's my oxygen. I don't do things on your timeline because I've learned my body runs on its own rules. Some mornings, I can't stand long enough to brush my teeth. Other nights, I'm scrubbing counters at 1 a.m. because it's the only time my heart feels still. You tell me I'm too old for toys, but I am building kingdoms from the shards of days when I thought I was nothing. Let me have this magic. Let me name it mine. My mask. It's not for hiding. It's armor. Because the word says grow up when I'm still catching up to being okay. You want to know the real me? I am the kid who played Minecraft like it was therapy, wrote poems that made strangers cry, choked on panic but still hit record 5 times until I felt like it was enough. I laugh louder now, even when it shakes, even when my hands won't stop trembling. I am a builder of worlds, and a cleaner of rooms, and a fighter of invisible things. So if you're only seeing laziness, you're missing the point. Behind the screen, behind the chores, behind the eyes, too tired for explanation, there's a whole player too. A fantasy warrior, a creator, a kid who never gave up. Even when no one clapped, even when no one saw, but you will, because I'm not hiding anymore.